Their season with a 6A Region 5 battle between the Rockets and Homewood. Welcome to Blitz Game Day, everybody. I'm Jeff Spiegel, along with Jamie Hill. And Jamie, tonight we enter the home stretch of the season.
Yeah, and some teams right now are in a good spot when it comes to playoff hopes, while other teams have a lot of work to do. Here at Gardendale, they need a big win here tonight. On the books, Gardendale has a record of 1-5, but in the Rockets' eyes, they're owning an 0-6 start. That one win was a forfeit by James Clemens.
That's right, Jamie, and no one's sugarcoating anything here, but what these guys have put on the field is energy, effort, enthusiasm.
And they love their football here in Gardendale, and that zeal and passion for the game has not changed despite the struggles on the field and in the win-loss column. The head coach interview is brought to you by Freddy's Ice Cream, and we are joined by Gardendale head coach Eric Firestone. Now, Coach, this is your first year as head coach of the program, yes, but you spent the past 7 seasons as DC, so you've seen this program through its highs and lows.
That's right.
But you feel pretty strongly and good that something good is coming Gardendale's way.
Oh, there's no doubt. We are right now starting 11th, 9th, and 10th graders. There's our 8th grade is really good, and like I said, our weight room is the kids are working super hard. We're practicing really hard. There's a lot of good times ahead for Gardendale.
Yeah, I was there at practice Tuesday. A lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm. And, quarterback Parker Robinson went out with a concussion earlier this year, Eric. He's out for the year.
Yes.
So it's next man up, right?
That's right.
And you see a bright future for sophomore Ridge Wiggins.
Yes. Ridge has done really well. He started 3 games for us. The first one, he knew he was kind of in a rental row kind of thing. The last 2 weeks he played at Minor, and here last week versus Central. Versus Minor, he threw for 200 yards. He had 3 touchdowns. Last week, 100 and something and some change. He's done a really good job taking care of the ball and making some plays.
Coach, you have a lot of sweat equity in this program. So do the seniors. What did their leadership and who in particular really gives to this team and what they have given you?
I would hate to really leave anybody out, but, you're going to talk to Carson Ellis here in just a few minutes. He's been here the last 4 years. I remember when he was in 8th grade. He's been such a hard worker. Cameron Cusimano. Jacob Williams, Jackson Hanner. I mean, all those guys have been great. They come to work every day. Don't hardly ever see them complain. You've got your ups and downs, but they put the work in every single day, and it's really inspiring.
Your career path actually began as a youth minister, but
yes,
you tell me you've really never stopped being a youth minister.
No, this is youth ministry. Just using football is what we do. As far as when I started teaching at First Methodist in Florence. I decided I wanted to do something a little more full-time ministry, and we do that every day here.
Awesome. Eric, you're doing a great job. Appreciate you. Good luck tonight.
Appreciate
it. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, on the other side of the field, we have the Homewood Patriots coming in at 5-1 and ranked 10th in this week's 6A rankings.
Yeah, Jamie, the Patriots have gone through their own bit of adversity, well-publicized adversity that made it all the way to ESPN SportsCenter's top place. The Homewood Patriots were rolling along at 5-0. Caleb Carson was slinging it all over the field. The defense was playing lights out. And then here comes Mountain Brook. Last week in overtime, a bad snap on a 2-point conversion turned into a Caden Hoffbauer to Bennett Jordan Hail Mary. Spartans 25, Patriots 24.
I saw a play break down, second ball was snapped, and I just knew I couldn't dive on it because the game would end if I did that.
Hoffbauer's going to have to pull out a miracle.
I try to get the ball, make some room.
Hoffbauer's going to have to pull out a miracle. He's approaching midfield and is going to have to heave it long.
Just so I could give it up to one of my guys. I saw Bennett down there.
Whoa, we've got a man, and we bring it in. He caught it. We got it. He caught it.
I'll break off on my route. I see Caden getting the ball. I knew if I put my hand up, showed him I was up there, he was going to throw it down to me. And I'm just happy that he was able to get the ball out.
And the Spartans win it in overtime, going for 2 at Homewood.
It was crazy, 2 good football teams playing.
Oh, it's a bad snap, Hoffbauer. He's still got a chance. He'll throw it way up in the air towards the end zone, and it is caught.
He caught that.
He caught it, and Mountain Brook's going to walk off.
Oh my God.
You know, that's the big question right now is how are we going to respond to that? You know, it was, and I can probably answer that question, you know, because all of our goals are still achievable, and it wasn't a region game, so we'll be back in region this week, which will be big.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to help us. You know, it woke us up a little bit, shows us that we can be beat, and you know, it just brought us all together.
We've got all the pieces, you know, it's just seeing how we grow throughout the rest of the season, you know, and you know, a game like that was good for us the other day because it teaches us how to win a game at the end. It was actually the first four-quarter game we've been in this year, so we'll learn from that this year.
Yeah, amazing play, Jamie. And just when you think you've seen it all, this game gives you something you've never seen before.
Well, you know what we've seen? This great football weather. With more on that, here's James Spann with tonight's forecast.
You know, forget being the guest picker on ESPN Game Day. I get to do the weather on Blitz Game Day. That's what I'm talking about here. Weather could not be better. It feels like football weather tonight. Hey, check it out. These are lows this morning. Many spots. In fact, everybody in the 50s. A few spots in the low 50s. The cool spot on the board, Carbon Hill in Walker County at 50. Cottondale, 51. Heflin at 52. That's some football weather. And look at these numbers. Heat levels are way down today. In fact, some spots are below average. The average high for this state is 80. It's only 78 in Birmingham, 78 for Anniston, 76 for Gadsden. We have low 80s on the western side of the state. And no concern with rain. You can feel it when you walk outside. The dew points are low. The air is dry. There's no chance of rain tonight, no chance of rain tomorrow. We might see a few showers next week. We're in drought conditions, of course, but unfortunately not the widespread rain we need. But a great night tonight for football. The sky clear, 75 degrees at kickoff, low 70s at the half, upper 60s on the way home. Back to Jamie and Jeff.
Thanks, James. It's going to be a great night here in Gardendale. Coming up on Blitz Game Day, Johnny Condon joins us from another big game we're covering.
And we'll be joined by Gardendale linebacker Carson Ellis as Blitz Game Day rolls on from Driver Stadium, home of the Rockets.
Hey, test, 3-2-3-2. As that ball is a ball to Xander Bogaerts. That was not a strike. I'll cry with you, Fal. I'm so over baseball.
Gardendale High has produced some great people and great football players. Roderick Green, Kurt Jarvis, Jeff Parks, Willie Wyatt, Jordan Howard, Kelby Collins, Goose Crowder, just to name a few. Standing by with Jamie, she's got senior linebacker Carson Ellis.
Hey Carson, Friday Night Lights, what's it like to play here in Gardendale Stadium?
It's wonderful. It's something I've been dreaming of since I was a kid. You know, coming out here when I was in elementary school, it's just something I'm very blessed to do every Friday when I can.
You guys are hosting the number 10 ranked team tonight in the stadium. What's it like being an underdog? Because anything can happen in these type of games.
Yes, ma'am. I personally love it. I love people down me, and just proving people wrong. It's something special to do.
And it's your senior year. What's it like knowing that every time you step on this field, it's one last game of the season, your last time in your high school career?
It's something I try not to take for granted, of course. I'm just super blessed to be able to play here and have the program around me, and I'm just very happy to do it.
How much has your head coach done for you in this program?
He's done a lot, coming in as a first-year head coach. He's had a lot on his plate, and he's someone I look up to since he's been here as a DC and to now. He's done a lot for me, and he's encouraged me a lot and supported me.
What do you want fans to see when they tune in on TV and watch this game here tonight?
I'd like to see just the effort we put in it every day. It's something that we pride ourselves in, is just keep on fighting and fighting and fighting. It's something that we do every week.
Well, good luck, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Jeff.
All right, Jamie, thank you so much. A couple of other incredible football games we'll be covering for you tonight. We'll talk about Thompson at Hewitt-Trussville a little later. Here's also a big 6A Region 6 battle. Johnny Condon will be at Mountain Brook's Spartan Stadium covering this one for you, Johnny.
Yeah, that's right, Speeg. Spartan Stadium, the site for a big one tonight between Mountain Brook and Clay Chalkville. We're lucky now to be joined by the head coach of the Spartans, is Chris Yeager. And Chris, before we get into this game, they were just talking about it with Homewood, the finish to last week's game. You've been coaching a long time. Have you ever been part of a finish like that, and just the scope of how quickly that play has spread, not just here in Alabama, but across the nation?
Well, we've had a few of those plays here, believe it or not. We've they call it the Heave 2. We had a play very similar to that a few years ago against Hewitt-Trussville, and we had one 10 years ago against Homewood. So we've been, and fortunately we've come out on the good side of those. So anyway, but I am a little surprised about the interest in that play, to be honest with you.
As we turn our attention to tonight, you welcome in a Clay Chalkville team where you guys, in the last 3 matchups, it's been decided by a one-possession game. You can keep it close. How do you guys find a way to win tonight?
Well, the big thing we've got to do is we've got to do just like we did last week. Last week there were 151 plays in the game, and we only led on play 151. So for 150 plays, we were either tied or behind, and so we just told our kids, focus on this play, just keep focusing on this play, don't think about outcome. And that's the key tonight. We just have to take each play as it comes and focus and make that play the best play that we can make it.
And then quickly, how do you try to limit Corey Barber's effectiveness, the receiver going to Ole Miss next year for Clay Chalkville?
Well, I think the biggest thing with him, to try to keep him in front of it, he may be the best that we've seen since Ryan Williams. We saw Ryan Williams a few years ago in the state championship game, and he reminds me very, very much of Ryan. So anyway, it's going to be a tall task. We've got our work cut out for us.
One of the best games of the Birmingham Metro tonight. Chris Yeager's Mountain Brook Spartans taking on the Clay Chalkville Cougars. Kickoff set for 7 p.m. Jeff, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Johnny. Joining us now is Jesse Taylor, director of the Rocket Marching Band. Jesse, I love it when people bring props to the set.
Well, this is more than a prop. It's our mascot, Marty the Metal Goat. He's been with us for about a decade now. He's pretty popular. Other bands try to steal him occasionally, but we get back and get him back.
Look, what band tries to steal your mascot?
I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, Jeff. I don't want to be rude. We got him back. That's what matters. He's back with his real family.
That's a subject for another show, I guess, right?
Well, can you talk about your halftime theme and what goes into picking that every year?
So this year our show is Divas Part 2. We did a Divas show in 2019, really popular. And then this year we've got a gazillion auxiliaries, if you see back there, color guard and dance line, and they're incredible. And I just knew that this would be the year we need to do another Divas show. So
awesome.
That's awesome, Jess. Thanks for coming. 114 members, 144.
144, yes.
144 strong. Drum majors Caleb White, Antoine Cook, and Morgan Hovatter. Here is the Rocket Marching Band.
Thank you.
to the Rocket Marching Band. Coming up next, I'll visit with the Gardendale cheerleaders. Stay with us.
And we'll catch up with Rush Probst, who last week joined the 300 Victory Club and last night coached his Coosa Christian team against Cleveland in search of victory number 301. Welcome back to Driver Stadium and Blitz Game Day. Tonight, the Gardendale Rockets hosting the Homewood Patriots in the Friday Night Rivals game of the week at 7 o'clock on My 68. Last night, the legendary Rush Probst and the Coosa Christian Conquerors had another conquest. They picked up a 58-13 victory over Cleveland. Rush says sophomore wide receiver Kylan Johnson could possibly be one of the top 10 athletes he's ever coached. He had 271 total yards and 4 touchdowns. Next week, the Conquerors can clinch the 2A Region 6 title.
You want to be able to be balanced and be able to win either way. You want to be able to win running the ball, or you want to be able to win throwing the football. You don't want to be one-sided because if a team takes that one-sided away from you and you can't do the other, you're in trouble. So that's what we're trying to do offensively. We're trying to build and be diversified and be good throwing and running.
Now let's talk about Rush's old stomping ground, 7A Region 3. The Thompson Warriors ranked third in 7A, lost a close one to Clay Chalkville last week. A non-region game, so no harm, no foul. But was any emotional damage done? Can Trent Seaborn and the guys get off the mat in time to play the new number 1 team in 7A, the Hewitt-Trustful Huskies, who are 6-0? A win, and the Huskies are set up pretty nicely to win a region title with games against Prattville, Oak Mountain, and Tuscaloosa County still left to play. All right, now it's time to check back in with Jamie, who's got the Gardendale cheerleaders ready to fire up the Rockets tonight.
That's right, Jeff. I'm joined by the captains of the Gardendale cheerleading squad. I'm going to let you introduce yourselves.
Michaela Johnson.
Addie Gamble.
Girls, what's it like cheering for your classmates and in front of the whole town on Friday nights under these huge lights?
Yes, ma'am. My favorite part about cheering on the sidelines is being with all my best friends on the sidelines, and just having all that energy is the most wonderful thing ever.
Honestly, just looking up in the stands and seeing a packed stadium, it's a really cool feeling, and the fact that we even get to cheer on the boys, we're just so lucky to be able to do it.
How do you keep the crowd pumped in tense games?
You know, just always trying to call cheers, making sure the band chants are always good. It's really fun.
Obviously doing our job, and the band does a great job at that. The band really keeps us hyped up, and also the student section as well.
And you guys aren't just here on Friday nights. This isn't your big night. You guys talk about your regimen and your schedule with the competition side of things.
Yes, ma'am. We have been practicing every week for our county competition that we're hosting this year. And so all the girls have had great attitudes. It's been really fun.
We also have a spirit competition that we're doing, and that's where the dance and cheer combined go to Orlando, so we're really excited about that.
That is so awesome. Well, I want you guys to give us a taste of what fans are going to see when they're watching their TV or here in person tonight. Can you guys go do a cheer for us?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, guys.
Let's rock with the Rockets. R-O-C-K-E-T-S, let's rock with the Rockets. Come on! R-O-C-K-E-T-S, let's rock! Here we go! With the Rockets! R-O-C-K-E-T-S, let's rock! With the Rockets! Go!
All right, thanks, Jamie. Thanks, girls. Coming up on Blitz Game Day, the last word from the Patriots and the Rockets. And as we go to break, congrats to the Ridgeline Roofing and Restoration Scholar Athletes of the Week. For Homewood, it's kicker Judson Eanes. He booms kickoffs out of the end zone, and he's killing it in the classroom. He has a 4.4 GPA. And Gardendale linebacker Carson Ellis, who you heard from a few minutes ago, captain of the Rockets football team, and a 3.8 GPA. Way to go, Judson and Carson.
Hello, mic check, mic check, mic check, 1, 2, 3.
Let's be honest. We've got a David versus Goliath setup here. The Homewood Patriots loaded with talent, 5-1, perfect in region play, ranked 10th in 6A, taking on 1-5 Gardendale. But all it takes is one shiny rock that hits the Giant in just the right spot, and that's what the Rockets are shooting for.
I feel like it'll be a good win. It'll get everybody confidence boosted up, and I feel like give us momentum, and it'll be a great win.
Oh, it'd do everything. It'd just get momentum back in the program. It'd show that the work we're putting in out here is getting results, and it'd mean a lot to all the players for sure, and I know the coaches too.
They really don't have anything to lose right now, and I'm almost certain they'll keep the ball away from us. I really like their O-line on film, and their 2 running backs are good, so I'm sure they'll try to keep the ball away from us as much as they can.
I have much respect for them because a few years ago we were also in that spot. We were 0-3. But you can win any game that you play. Like, it's not always going to go your way. You always got to be prepared for a team like that, especially.
Here's what to watch for tonight, 7 o'clock, Homewood and Gardendale on My 68. Then at 10:15, all the highlights from the big games in our area on the Friday Night Blitz. Well, thanks to Gardendale Principal Sheldon Dukes, Coach Eric Firestone, Band Director Jesse Taylor, and cheer sponsor Kristen Landrum.
And thank you to the band and wonderful cheerleaders behind us. Have a great night, everybody.